Nerderotic.com.
Welcome back to Nerdrotic. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from Nerdrotic.com. And I just covered this on my big long live stream, but I wanted to do a short video for it because this is a good news and bad news situation for Star Trek fans and fans of genre and pop culture all together, because the disease, the virus that is JJ Abrams' bad reboot, is changing locations again. This guy gets around. He goes to Paramount, screws up Star Trek. He goes to Disney, screws up Star Wars, screws up Westworld in 2 seasons, screws up Castle Rock, screws up his own shows, screws up Lost, and now, well, he's done screwing up Star Trek. At least that's what it looks like. And this is a red letter day, everybody, because JJ Abrams and Bad Reboot are out of the Star Trek business. And I guess they have been for a while, because this was brought up in our Inquisition, which is I do with Doomcock every Sunday at 6 p.m. at Alternates Channel. And we talked about how J.J. Abrams has been pushing to get this big deal so he can basically become one of the biggest players in Hollywood. And there has been a bidding war for him. And I don't know why. What has this guy done other than screw up 2 major franchises and jacks up his own TV shows? People act like he's Spielberg, and I know he was anointed by Spielberg, but look at his body of work. It's pathetic. There's nothing really good. I kind of like Fringe. I kind of like a season and a half of Alias, and I kind of like the 2009 Star Trek. Yes, I kind of liked it on its own, as its own thing. But what he has done to Star Trek through his aesthetic and Star Trek Discovery and Secret Hideout, which is connected to Bad Reboot, in my opinion, but I haven't seen any evidence that, shows the contrary. I think he's done more bad than good, but bottom line, continues to rule Hollywood. Plus, he is also behind another movement in Hollywood that has to be pointed out. Again, I pointed it out in the live stream, so if this is repeated information, I will link that into the description. And I think he was really trying to push through this deal prior to Star Wars Episode 9 coming out. Hollywood Reporter: JJ Abrams' bidding war won by WarnerMedia as Bad Reboot nears $500 million partnership. He's going to screw up DC now? God, I hope not. Oh, sorry, DC fans. Apologies in advance. I have post-live stream voice. The sweepstakes to land a massive overall deal with Bad Reboot, the famed production company run by J.J. Abrams and his wife and co-CEO Katie McGrath, are nearing the finish line. Following a months-long courting process that included multiple suitors, WarnerMedia is in the final negotiations for a new partnership with Bad Reboot, sources say. It's unclear how many years the new agreement is for, as the deal that would keep Abrams with the company he also called home since 2006 has not been finalized. Still, sources have estimated that any new pact for Bad Reboot could be valued in the $500 million vicinity when all is said and done. That would put the deal at the top of the recent wave of 9-figure packs for prolific producers, including Greg Berlanti. Good God, $400 million from Warner Brothers TV. You can't deny the guy's successful, but man, mostly garbage. Ryan Murphy, $300 million from Netflix. Okay, that guy I respect. He's good. And Shonda Rhimes, $100 million from Netflix, who I don't know anything about. Under the deal, Abrams and company will continue to create and develop new projects for WarnerMedia and supervise other producers across film, TV, and digital platforms. Now, this is the important part. Again, this might have been out there, but I didn't know it, and I think this is very good news. Sources say the process of moving Bad Reboot's feature film deal over from Viacom-owned Paramount Pictures has already begun. Representatives for WarnerMedia and Bad Reboot declined to comment. The Star Trek Abrams era is over. All rejoice. Seeing this announcement come right after the rumors of Alex Kurtzman possibly being fired from Star Trek Discovery, I find to be very interesting timing. We will see how connected Bad Reboot and Secret Hideout really were in the long run. But it is proven now that the J.J. Abrams aesthetic is not only a failure, it is completely dead. And this is a very good thing. I hope Star Trek can turn around, but it might be a while before we get some good Trek, but this could be a step in the right direction. The deal arrives after Abrams and Bad Reboot were considered the biggest fish in the overall deal waters well, sewage waters, multiple studios and streamers at least kicked their tires or engaged in a hyper-competitive effort to woo Abrams and McGrath on a possible rich pact for the company behind hits including HBO's Westworld and Hulu's Castle Rock, among others. Netflix, Apple, Amazon, and fellow media behemoths WarnerMedia, Comcast, and Sony Entertainment were among those who, sources say, met or explored a deal with Bad Reboot. Sources say Abrams and Bad Reboot's execs, including head of television Ben Stevenson, took meetings all over town as they considered moving their overall deal from Warner Brothers TV, where the company behind Fringe had been based since 2006. So Bad Reboot was not only at Paramount, they were at Warner Brothers, and they're working with Disney. While outlets including Apple and Sony came close, sources stress WarnerMedia emerged on top at least a month ago when it became apparent that Bad Reboot prioritized being part of a larger company with TV and film distribution, including WarnerMedia's forthcoming SVOD service, which really doesn't bode well for poor DC streaming. It looks like DC streaming truly is dead. There's two other interesting things within this article that I want to bring to you. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. For one, he's currently working on Star Wars and working this deal. I don't know how one person can concentrate on two big things like that. So I'm thinking JJ might be a little distracted, which might result in a very bad episode 9, which I think we're going to get. But also it sheds light on something else, the Time's Up era here in Hollywood. WarnerMedia, now under the leadership of CEO John Stankey, is among the companies who pulled out all the stops in a bid to keep Abrams in-house, according to multiple sources. One big consideration weighing on Stankey was a desire to keep his prize producer within the company fold. Sources say McGrath, who is also a founding member of Time's Up, and there you go. The Time's Up era based on Me Too, and thanks to Harvey Weinstein, the scumbag who should be in jail in my opinion, this was brought to light, and it was also used as an opportunity to gain power, in my opinion. Would you put it past Hollywood producers to use the situation to gain power? I wouldn't, and I don't think it's a coincidence that JJ Abrams' wife, who co-founded the Time's Up era, is, in my opinion, using it to Bad Reboot's advantage. And I believe to prove this, we will show that the Me Too Time's Up era has not made Hollywood any less cutthroat. I'll reread some of this. Sources say McGrath, who is also a founding member of Time's Up, conveyed to Stankey in no uncertain terms that Warner Brothers CEO Kevin Tushihari's continued presence was a values issue. Okay. As she and Abrams explore their company's options, I'm wondering if he was a roadblock with this deal. I'm just throwing it out there. Tushihari stepped down March 18th following the Hollywood Reporter's publication of text. Gee, I wonder where they got those texts, revealing that the executive had engaged in an affair with a British actress, Charlotte Kirk, and then attempted to help her land roles in Warner's television shows and movies, because that hasn't happened in Hollywood in like the last 30 seconds. I'm not going to link this article, but you can certainly look it up on Google. Go to the Hollywood Reporter, JJ Abrams bidding war won by Warner's Media. But the next paragraph talks about a group of representatives or agents that JJ got out of the way as well. By the way, that is pure speculation, my opinion, lawyers. I have no factual evidence of this. I'm just saying things lined up pretty well for JJ Abrams, as things tend to do. That is a charmed man. But the next paragraph relates to you wonderful Star Wars fans. Abrams, who is currently editing Star Wars Episode 9 for Disney, was among the top producers in Warner TV's fold at the time when brand-name showrunners are increasingly in high demand. Warner's, Comcast, and Disney are planning streaming services in a bid to compete with Netflix, Amazon, and Apple, with the latter entering the originals business last year. Netflix helped explode the market with the proven hitmakers when it signed Rhimes and later Murphy to 9-figure overall deals, prompting both producers to exit their longtime homes. And Lisa Joy and Jonah Nolan also left to Amazon Prime, who were working under JJ Abrams, although they're still going to be working on Westworld. Again, Abrams is working on a major blockbuster, one of the most important films to Disney's future, Star Wars Episode 9. You think they would ask for most of his attention? I can't believe he's out negotiating $500 million deals and keeping his eye on the ball with Star Wars. So Netflix started this by overpaying for producers to help their competitors overpay for other producers to help them spend themselves out of existence. Netflix is being very smart in this because they know, at least based on their value, they have more money to burn than these other companies do, and they're starting out in a hole, like Disney starting out in $1 billion hole. So we'll see. Warner Brothers, I thought, was going to be a big player, but taking JJ Abrams on and Bad Reboot just guarantees that he's going to screw up another major franchise. And I just hope it's not DC, but Star Trek fans, rejoice. Unless he's going to make Star Trek movies over at Warner Brothers, which I seriously doubt. It looks like JJ Star Trek is now dead. Now we will see if it lingers with Secret Hideout and Michelle Paradise. We don't know when season 3 is going to come out, but I do know it's probably not going to be in 2020 since they haven't started filming yet. So we can look for 2021. There has yet to be a series order for Section 31, and we are supposed to keep an eye, according to my source, on the animated series. Look for that to possibly get canceled as well, but we will see. I don't know anything, and that's Lower Decks, by the way. No, it's the Nickelodeon one. It was the Nickelodeon one, not Lower Decks. So I'm not really sure on that front, but again, we will see as things unfold, because this is very interesting. If anything, it's entertaining to watch, but it's not entertaining to see Star Trek die. Again, I will be at the Star Trek convention 7/31 through 8/4. Please join me then. I am working on a meetup. I don't know if it's going to be with the other YouTubers, or if I'm going to do my thing or what. I'm not really sure. It's going to be around my birthday. We're going to have a good time, and I will be sporting a Justice for Anas t-shirt all the days I go to the convention. So everybody have a great day. Be good to each other, and may the free folks sing songs of your greatness.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.